Today we're going to be talking about using the Legacy Builders program as an internship-like experience. And if you're a coach or a healer or you are hesitant to use social media, it feels uncomfortable, it feels overwhelming too, because I being part of the Legacy Builders program and I see it as more than just an opportunity to resell this program. So if you're not familiar with the Legacy Builders program, it is an online course that teaches social media marketing, affiliate marketing, how to create your own online courses, and how to expand and really scale a business into your empire, to create a legacy for your family, for your community. So the the big perk, the incentive with this program is that not only do you purchase it and get to experience what you learn, the skills you develop in this program, you also have the opportunity to resell it. Now, not everyone wants to resell it. The information in this course will help you develop your skills. No question about it. I have improved mine tremendously. The things that you'll learn about identifying your ideal client. Well, I will get into all of that in just a little bit. I am trying. I am new to YouTube Lives. I am new to trying to really put together a cohesive and coherent program. These are my basic goals for YouTube Lives at this point. I want to get better at my content. And this is what the Legacy Builders program will teach you. And so I have my notes with me today. Um, so let me see. All right. So I have it kind of scripted out because I really want to try to stay on track. And I didn't think this through too carefully. All right. Let's not break the tablet. All right. So what do I mean when I talk about an internship? An internship, if you think of it when you're a college student and you have an opportunity to have an internship. When I was in college, I was a business major. And so over the summer months, we had the opportunity to apply for internships with local businesses and some that were spread out across the country, right? And what you did was you went there and typically you adopted a project and you started to learn the nature of the business. I actually worked in a manufacturing facility where we created life safety rope for mountain climbers, for firefighters, for arborists. And we had summer internship programs for engineers to come learn the craft of making life safety rope. And they were learning skills. And so the Legacy Builders program can be an internship where you're learning the skills that you need to promote your own business, your coaching, your healing practice, or you can use it as that online business opportunity. So in this video, I'm going to share how to use it as an internship, the benefits of using it as an internship, what you'll need to use this as an internship, and we will see how it goes, okay? So, alrighty. So why might you? This is a fail. We learn as we do, right? Let's see. All right, I don't think that's going to work. All right, I am just going to hold my notebook on my lap. So the thing with internships is in the perfect world, they will be hands-on learning experiences. You're working with a mentor, someone who is guiding you within this business of wherever you want to go. We're going back to the college student scenario. And you have someone who is guiding you. They're giving you projects. They're giving you the lay of the land, giving you some idea of what that industry is all about. And this can be invaluable. Number one, it helps you to start building connections with other people in this industry, right? You have your direct mentor, you have some colleagues that you're going to be making, you have your peers within your college program, and you'll get to share experiences and the difference between college life and the real world, right? Because they're not always the same experience. In fact, most of the time, the real world is very different from the college experience. The same can be said for social media marketing. When you have a business, there are three things that you need. I talked about this in yesterday's live stream. There are three things that you need. There needs to be a problem that you're solving. There needs to be that solution to it, which may be a physical product or it may be a digital product or a service like coaching and healing. And then you need people who need to have that problem solved. Those are the three things that you need to have a business, right? But when it comes to promoting and marketing your business, it's like, okay, I know I need to have these three things, but how do I put them together? How do I attract the customers to me? How do I speak about clearly what the problem is they have and what my solution is and how it will help them? Because here's what I have learned over the past decade of trying to build this online business. I'm not going to go there. This is one of the things I need to practice in my lives and in my content. Is not every story that pops into my head needs to come out of my mouth for you to hear. So in the future, if you stick with me, then you will hopefully see some improvements in that. My brain, I just want to start sharing all of these little side tangents. And of course, now I lost where I was going. Um, Here's the thing that I have learned is frequently we know what the problem is, but our ideal customer, they don't. They don't see that as the problem. I did a video the other day talking about with legacy builders, you're learning how to do your income generating activities, aka your marketing, your promotions. You're learning to do that in a 2-hour day, focused on these activities. And people will say, I don't have 2 hours a day. My day is full. And I talked about this a couple of days ago because the problem is not time management. The problem is habit management. We each have 24 hours a day. We each fill those 24 hours a day. There's no excess at the end. There's no credit card to borrow more time from the future. We have 24 hours a day. How we choose to fill that most of the time is based on our habits. We tend to do the same things. We're all creatures of habits. I talked about that more in a couple of days ago. So when you're in the real world, when you use this as an internship program, you're learning the skills that you need. You're getting experience from other people around. In the Legacy Builders program, when someone comes in and says, I can't do all of this work in 2 hours a day, there are a few answers that people will give. Number one, our challenge, our opportunity, the skill we are trying to master is that 2 hour workday. It doesn't mean we'll be perfect to start with. I tell people you can approach it a couple of ways. The goal with the 2 hour workday is to accomplish 3 tasks. The first one, which is projected to take about an hour, is to create 3 pieces of social media content. If you can't do that within 1 hour, you can either expand the time and say, okay, I'm learning this. It's uncomfortable. It's unfamiliar. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm developing those skills. I'm going to allow myself, excuse me, to take an hour and a half or 2 hours a day. And then my goal is to get that down to 1 hour a day. Or you can say, I am going to take 1 hour a day and do the best I can and put out whatever I can. The challenge with this one, with choosing this option, is that if you tend to have perfectionist tendencies, you will be so focused on getting it perfect, getting it right, that you won't put out that first piece of content and you'll just say, oh, my hour's up, I ran out of time. And I think this is what happens to many people just in the ordinary situation. Coaches and healers trying to promote their business, they say, I just ran out of time. So I like the idea of the goal is 3 pieces of content and you get it done. No ifs, ands, or buts. So you give up some TV time. So you give up something else. The dishes are left in the sink today. And if it drives you crazy tomorrow, you're going to make sure that you get your 3 pieces of content done quicker. You'll start earlier in the day. You'll use those little snippets of time, those little buckets of time when you're at work on your lunch break. Rather than sitting there and chatting with people, you'll step away and you'll make a piece of content. There are all sorts of solutions and opportunities within this program. And that's the benefit of treating this like an internship, is because you have the experience of so many people who can guide you and support you. So some of the things within this internship program, within the Legacy Builders program, You're going to learn to identify your ideal customer or client. And warning, this may change over time, and that's okay. You're learning. This is all about learning. And when you take the pressure off yourself to produce, to be something that you're not quite sure you're there yet, this is going to be a life changer for you, or a game changer for you, and it will change your life as well. So you're going to identify your ideal customer. You're going to start creating content addressing the problems your ideal customer has. And the solution within this program is the Legacy Builders program. If you're a coach or a healer, eventually you will get to the point where you are creating content to identify the problem that you as a coach or a healer solve. But using this as an internship, we're going to focus on reselling these 4 digital products, okay? The social media marketing, the affiliate marketing, and how to build your empire, okay? So when I'm talking about what we're learning, the content that we're making, it is going to be to promote these 4 ready-made products. They're already made. You don't have to do anything. We can immediately start selling them. So with the Legacy Builders program, when you purchase this program, you don't have to worry about setting up the background of the business as far as the tech side. This is online. This is digital marketing. And so when you purchase this program, and if you want more information, I encourage you, I invite you, let's see, can you see this? And hopefully it's not backwards. It looks like it's backwards. It's www.callywindcreates.com. And you will get a business in a box. This is, when I was back in college, I had an accounting program, or I was in an accounting class, and our project for the semester was to take this box that was, the equivalent of a book, and we had to go through and set up the accounting documents for a firm. And it was a fictional company, but it had receipts in there, it had checks in there, it had all sorts of documents, everything that we needed to create the books. And so this is kind of the equivalent of that. So when you purchase this program, you are going to have ready-made website. All you have to do are connect a few dots, your domain to it. It's all explained step by step within the program. You're going to receive a landing page, which hopefully you're familiar with that term. It's a place where people go just to enter their email address to learn more information. There's a thank you page, which is going to acknowledge that the person put their email address in correctly, hopefully. But it's the next step. And from the thank you page, they could either click a link to learn more information, they can click a link directly to the sales page, but the key thing is they're now on your email address. And so you can start to engage them via email. And with the Legacy Builders program, you receive an email sequence that already has, I think there's 13 emails in that are pre-written. You can go in and customize them, change things up a little bit so that it sounds more like you. But this is all ready to go. Within a couple of days, within 5 days, I had my business automations all set up. So it doesn't have to take that much time. Some people can do it in a matter of a couple of hours. As I said, there are step-by-step video tutorials to help you out with this. And so this is your project. This is your project. This is the background of the project, okay? This is the equivalent of your accounting ledger and balance sheets and everything. It's been a long time since that. The key thing is I am promoting a link to my landing page. And again, that's www.callywindcreates.com. There is a link in the description. Nope, there's not one right now as I go live, but there will be. This is all we need to worry about, is creating content so that people are curious about what we're offering. And how do we do that? We talk about the problems. We talk about the pain points. And if you're like me, you're uncomfortable talking about the pain points. I tend to be more forward thinking, and I don't want to bring someone back into their pain. But here's the thing, as humans, the way that our brains are set up is until we really feel some pain, we don't take action to change things. We can be very complacent. And I did a live video about that the other day as well. So I invite you to check that out. because we get very comfortable in our routines and change can be challenging and we worry and we wonder, does it matter? What difference does it make? Am I doing the right thing? Was I destined to be a coach? Will my healing practice ever take off? And so we get stuck in our head, we lose track of our hearts. It's funny because our heads can yell at us and our hearts whisper to us. And we have to find tools to quiet our head so that we can listen to our heart. And that's what I love about the Legacy Builders program as an internship like experience. They have done the work for us for setting up the system. This is a proven system. We have 46,000 or 47,000 members plus in our community who have seen the value in this program, who believe in online education, who want to make a difference in the world, who want to change their situation and want to help other people who are in similar situations change their lives too. This isn't just about taking. This isn't about selling something that has no value. This is developing life-changing skills. And if you're saying, what life, social media marketing, how could that possibly change my life? All right, let's say you really don't want to give up your job. You like your job. You want to get promoted in your job. You want to advance to other companies that have better opportunities. What's one of the key things, one of the key tools companies use these days for interviewing and promoting individuals? They use video interviews. And if you hesitate and you're afraid to show up on video and you dread it and you're panicking, you're thinking, oh, F, what have I done? Maybe I'll just stay in this job and hope that they give me a raise. Maybe they'll see my value and they'll give me that promotion without me having to do anything. It may work out for you, but chances are you need to step up on camera, feel confident, be able to share what you're talking about, to be able to laugh at yourself when you stumble over your words, and just accept that that's part of who you are. But this is a skill. This one skill alone could help you get your next promotion. Because most people are going to be looking down. They're not going to even know where the camera is. The lens is on their phone or their computer screen. Think of all of the meetings or the Zoom conferences you've been on, and how are most people sitting? How is their lighting? How do they appear? Look at them. And I do it. Do you do it? Let me know in the comments. Are you guilty of this as well? You look at people and you say, oh, if only they would sit up straighter, they would have more of an impact. If they spoke more clearly, if they didn't mumble, if they looked at the camera instead of always off to the side, it makes a difference. It's how we connect with people and how you will connect with your ideal customers and your clients. It's a skill. And you may say, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. And you don't have to do it. But your coaching practice may never come to fruition. It may always remain just a dream. That's my story for decades. For about 20 years, I was trying to start a coaching and healing practice. Well, started with coaching, migrated into healing practices. And I could never get anywhere. I knew social media was the answer. I just couldn't get myself to do it, to show up in a way that felt like me, that didn't feel like I was trying to be an extrovert when I'm very much an introvert. But I love this. You know what I love about what I'm doing right now? I'm looking you right in the eye. Can you see I'm looking? Let me see. Can you see I'm looking you right in the eye? This to me feels like a one-on-one conversation. I'm not talking to an audience. I'm talking to you. And if you're here and you're listening to this, you know that I'm connected with you. And this is the power. This is what introverts desire most. And so social media marketing actually is an excellent forum for us. It's finding our voice and it's feeling confident in who we are, speaking our own language the way that we are. I stumble, I pause. It's the way my introvert brain works. And I love the word and I can show up and be comfortable with those pauses. If someone tries to interrupt me, I can ask them, excuse me, I'm pausing here for a second. I still need to think. I'm not finished yet. But that's a skill that comes over time. So many times in my experience, people have just talked over me in a in real life setting, and I have learned, I've gained the confidence to say, if you want me to answer your question, you have to give me time to talk. And the first time I said that to the owner of the company I was working for, I think I jaw dropped, right? No one talks to the owner of the company that way. But he had asked me a question, wouldn't let me answer it. And that just kind of annoyed me, ticked me off. Okay, off topic. Oh no, I lost my document. All right, let's see if I can figure out where it is. My notes. Ta-da. Okay, found it. So when you join this program, this is what you're getting a website. And if I were not on my phone, I would click through and show you what this actually looks like. But I had some technical issues. So let's see. So, oh, I'm so glad I have my notes. The best part of this, one of the great challenges I see coaches and healers, this may apply to you even if you're not a coach or a healer, but I tend to think we all are because we're all interested in teaching others something, right? So we may not use the label coach or healer, but if there's something that you want to teach other people how to do, if you want to start a YouTube channel because you know so much about gardening, you have 30 years of experience, you can grow award-winning vegetables or flowers, and you want to share that with others, you're still a teacher and you're a coach because you want people to get excited and you want to help them and you have all of these tips and you can't share it all at once, right? People just can't absorb all of that information. And so you want to share. One of the big things that people run into is, which platform do I use to host my email? Excuse me. Which website or service do I use to host my web pages? And there's so many choices. There's so many big, beautiful choices. And the thing that's awesome with the Legacy Builders is because you're in this internship program, they're giving you everything that you need. You don't have to think about that. You can learn these platforms, and then for yourself, for your coaching or healing practice, you may decide to go a different route. Or you may say, I really like these. I'm familiar with these now. I'm comfortable with these now, and these are the ones I will use. Because in my experience, none of the platforms really are better or worse than others. Some have features that you would prefer, and some have other tools that you could use. Some of them are so bloated, so many features, and you're going to use just a few. And some of those big ones, they sound really great. They sound promising to build your empire. You can always change and grow later. You don't have to start out with the big expensive opportunities. You can start low and you can start free. And that's one of the benefits of learning social media marketing with the Legacy Builders program, is because Michelle O'Neill, who is the founder and the creator of this program, who graciously offers master resale rights to this program, she teaches this so that we can do this with the one-time course fee, a $29 website fee, which is what gives you these things, and the email sequences. But her goal and her belief and her conviction is that you can earn up to six figures, $100,000, without ever having to pay any type of monthly fee. When you get beyond that, your email list may start getting so big that you need to start paying for it, because the free services we use, they also have paid models. And so they're hoping that you grow. See, even the platforms we use, they want us to be successful because then we need more of their services, and so we have to start to pay. And another video will be on the mindset block that people have of, I want it to always be free. But that's not reality, because at that point, we have a problem. We need help to expand and grow our business. And so they have that service, and so we pay for those services. But another video. See, another tangent. I'm catching myself. So yes, so that really focuses, or that eliminates all the guesswork and the thought that we're going to do it wrong. What if I make the wrong choice? You can choose this internship program and you can choose to do it for 6 months. You can choose to do it for a year. You may enjoy it enough that it becomes a main part of your business as a slightly separate business model. So many times so many of so many of us common people, the poor people, the people who are looking for, ooh, what did I do? The people who are looking how to earn money online. We forget that the wealthiest people aren't relying on just one income stream. They're not relying on just having their 9 to 5 job. They have other things. They have investments. They may have real estate. They may have equity in someone else's business. We have these, what are they called? The angels, the, can't think of it. But they contribute money to entrepreneurs to help them start their business, startups. Um, and they have all of these different opportunities, and some pay off more than others, and some they lose money on. But they have enough money that it's okay, and they're still willing to invest in other people. And so having this as an additional income stream, once you've mastered it and you get it going and you're creating 3 pieces of content a day in just an hour a day, but yet you're reaping the rewards potentially of $100, $900 or more a day, would you really want to give that up? In fact, many of the people, the more successful people within the Legacy Builders program, one of their additional income streams now is coaching people in the program who want to have more success. And so if you're a coach or a healer, you could start using this program as an internship, and then you could start attracting some of these clients, these customers, as your own coaching clients. It's an amazing business model, and just for the experience and the exposure to this business model, for me, is a reason to check it out and just learn more. And again, I think this is backwards and it drives me crazy. I'll have to learn to write backwards. www.kellywindcreates.com. So what you're going to learn in this internship program, and I'm the only one that I've heard talk about it as an internship. And the reason I do that is because if you have a passion to coach and heal, you probably are looking at this and saying, but I don't want to just resell a product. Yes, there are e-learning courses, and yes, it's valuable information, but that's not what I want to do. That's not what my heart calls me to do. And I get that. Set a timeline, 6 months, a year, to learn the skills. And as you go through the program, you can definitely start applying these to your own practice. You'll start to see some of the things that you thought you were doing, but you weren't doing. One of the things which just occurred to me, one thing that one of the 6-figure mentors talks about is that within a few seconds, people should know at least 3 things about you. Because we want to be a person that's remembered, right? So that when someone sees you, they say, oh, I know this, this, and this about you. And so I forgot to do this at the beginning of this video, something that I need to work on. So here's the short story. I have a tendency to make things long stories, sorry. So I am semi-retired. I am a nomad. I live in let me swing the thing around. I live in a 7 by 14 foot cargo trailer that my husband built out to be living space. And that's where we live. And currently we're in the Arizona desert for the winter. My home state is Maine. And the semi-retired part is we do seasonal jobs to help cover the expenses. And I am on the cusp of turning 62. And I have set a goal to help 62 coaches and healers learn the social media marketing skills to gain the confidence to be able to, I can't just pick up my phone because it's right there, but pretend this is a phone, to pick up their phone on the spur of a moment because they just gained some insight. They heard a podcast and they want to share this with their audience, to just pick up their phone, their tablet, record a short video that talks about what it is and how it will transform their life, how it will apply to them, and then put it down, go on with their day, and have a piece of content that they didn't have to overthink. They didn't have to stress over. It just came out. It was an inspired message they wanted to share, and they didn't hesitate. And that's what I want to help coaches and healers do, because we have such great work. The world is so divided. And our mission is to bring people together, to start to see how we are more alike than how we are different. But we can't do that when we're so stuck in our head with the doubts, the fears, and the uncertainties. We need to be able to just say, in just a few seconds, this much of a blip in our day, to share something that's meaningful that will change someone's life. And that's what I want from my clients. So 62 by the time I'm 62, because at 62, I am going to have a decision to make. I can either start collecting Social Security, which has been my plan until I discovered this program. And now I see the possibilities of this. And I'm starting to think, oh, this could be valuable. This will help. This Legacy Builders is like a bridge from my past attempts, my past failures at starting an online business, coaching and healing. And it's a bridge to my dreams of having the extra income, of expanding the impact that I have, to helping others achieve their dreams. Isn't that beautiful? Working together, we can do so much more. But it starts by spreading our message, to finding that confidence, to using our voice and speaking about what it is that means. And these are skills we can learn. And they're ugly, and they're uncomfortable, and they're scattered, and they're so disjointed when we first start. And yet, if we take the time, we put in the effort, we do the work, we can make changes in our lives and in other people's lives. And that's why I love Legacy Builders as an internship. Because, oh, so let me see. Okay, so what you'll learn, social media marketing, crafting your message, confidence on camera, the tech skills. So if you're not sure about the tech of connecting things, we've got you covered. Everything you need is in this program. And with me as your guide, I know where the resources are. I've dug deep into this program. In fact, we have weekly mentoring calls. And some of these calls, because they're so in depth, there's usually a lesson at the beginning, and then it opens for questions and answers. And our mentors will spend 2 or 3 or 4 hours answering member calls or answering member questions. And I don't say that they're giving them their answers, they're giving them advice. So I call it questions and advice, because not every answer that someone gives you is going to resonate with you, and you get to choose, because this is your business. This is your practice. And then so I started to talk about, so these calls are long, and you may think, oh, just the thought of a 3 or 4 hour Zoom call, I just can't even. You don't have to. I do encourage people to listen to them all, listen to them on 1.5, 1.25 speed. And then I have created what I'm calling focus facilitating summaries, so that you can listen to the calls, absorb the energy, the magic, the wisdom of these calls, but I've taken the notes for you. And I don't cover every single call, but I'm covering many of them. And so you can scan those notes and say, oh, yeah. And I have timestamps. So if you want to go back and listen to it and say, oh, I really liked what that question was, and I want to go back and listen to that answer again, and you'll have timestamps. So that's one thing that I love to do. It helps me with my learning process, and I love to be able to share that with my own customers. Another aspect of having your own business, of having your coaching and healing practice, and of marketing it, is the mindset, because we're full of doubts and fears and uncertainty. And we can find all sorts of reasons, excuses, to not do the things we need to do, which also ties back into that 2-hour workday and the 3 pieces of content, because you can do those things. You can fit them into your day, and that's something that I'm good at helping people do. I did another video about that. I think I already talked about that. So what is expected of you should you decide to accept the mission of this internship? It's important to know you really do need, if you want to experience success in your coaching and healing practice and with this program, You need to be ready to commit 2 hours a day. And if you're automatically saying, I don't have 2 hours a day, I challenge you to reconsider that. That's a mindset belief. Because you do have 2 hours a day, you fritter away hours every day. And I can help you with that if you're willing to say, I don't have 2 hours a day. Let's look at your work day. Let's look at your home life. Let's look at the time you have because you do have 2 hours a day. And think about this because I'm not going to tell you to cut back on your sleep. That's not what I am about at all. I am willing to say, oh, that 30-minute lunch break you have with friends, what if you spent 15 minutes with them and 15 minutes working on content? Because probably you talk about the same thing at that lunch break, right? And it may be like a low vibe thing because you may be complaining about work. There is time in your day. You need to accept that that is possible for you, and we can find time for you to do that. So, and then you can also look at it as it's a total of about 14 or 15 hours a week that you can pull together. And this is important. If you're not willing to put the time and energy into it, you can't expect the results. You need to have the heart of a student. And this means, yes, you have past experiences, past information, past knowledge. You may have taken a half a dozen coaching training programs before that talk about your business, about your marketing strategies, and you may think you already know everything, and you know a lot. But if it's not working for you yet, and you're still struggling to get clients, to attract clients, then be open to another possibility. Give this a chance. I have tried so many different ways to attract clients. And here's the thing, they were not aligned enough with me enough so that they were sustainable. I couldn't keep up doing it because at first it was exciting and it's like, oh my gosh, if this works, this would be so exciting. I would love this to work for me. And then it just became a slog. I was like, I don't want to do this. Oh my gosh, and just drained me. I didn't want to show up that way. And it was harder and harder. So what I was doing every day, suddenly I was doing every other day and then every third day. And I wasn't seeing the results and I was thinking this wasn't working anyway. And I convinced myself of that. And so I gave up. The key thing that Michelle O'Neill talks about, the other mentors, the people in this community talk about, is its consistency. You may have to pivot a little bit. If your message isn't working, if you're getting tired of talking about the same thing every day, shift something. Don't just stop. Don't say, I need a week to think about it, or once I figure this out, I'll start creating content. And I have been guilty of this. Instead, start shifting things a little bit every day. And it may be content you don't even actually have to post. You could create a piece of content and say, no, this just isn't me. And then try something else that feels a little bit more aligned. This is about finding what works for you. And with an internship, I have talked with people. I never did an internship when I was in college. But there were some people that would come back the next semester and they would say, I would never want to work for a big company like that before. I felt lost. I felt overwhelmed. I didn't feel like I fit in. So I would want to work for a smaller company. Other people will come back and say, I love, love, love working for a family-owned business. It was so friendly. People were just so caring. They really took me under their wings. I feel like I will be a part of this family forever. Some of the strategies you'll learn in any program will resonate with you and you'll say, yes, that works for me. And others won't. And then it's the opportunity to say, what was it that didn't work? Can I tweak it so that it works better for me? So, all right. So the heart of a student. Oh, and another part with that is sometimes we think we know things and so we stop listening. And all we have to do is listen, and there's that one little nugget that's going to change things for us, just a slightly different perspective. And so when you're open to that, or when someone gives you feedback and says, Donna, I really enjoyed your video. It would have been nice if I actually knew who you were in the video. You have a fascinating story. You're a nomad. You live in a trailer that's smaller than some people's bathrooms. That's something that people will remember, but you don't share that. So there's that little piece of feedback, and it's like I could say, well, I shouldn't have to say that every time. People say, but you know what? Every day, new people are seeing you. And if they know that you live in a trailer, that you're 100% off grid living, that might be the connection point. There may be nomads out there, which when I first started with Legacy Builders Program, I was talking to nomads that didn't feel aligned for me. And so I shifted. Rather than giving up or pushing through and continuing with with that content, that direction, that focus, I shifted. That doesn't mean that other nomads who see me, who recognize that I'm a nomad too, they might look at this and say, wow, I wonder if that could work for me. And they may ask the question. They may ask to learn for more information so that they can see if it will work for them. Because I primarily talk to coaches and healers because I know that we as a collective have this bigger mission. And this is a bridge that can get us there. There are many bridges, dozens of bridges out there. This is a bridge I found that is sustainable for me. It works well with my energy. I love our mentor. I love her energy. This is a bridge that I found that works. And I know that it will work for other people as well. I have tried to walk so many bridges. And before I got to the end of them, it was like, you know what? I'm going back. That, that's no, that's not the way I want to get there. That's not the destination. Think of, oh, I just had an insight. So one of my gifts that I'm boldly declaring here today is that I have a gift for analogies. The universe just puts these visual ideas in my mind. So let me see if I can actually draw this out. We actually were, this is going to look kind of like a tree, but it's actually, I don't know if that actually will work. Okay, so this is a river, main river. Oh, and I actually use my blue pen. How handy, huh? So this is a river, and we have a bridge here. So if I want to get on this side, I'm over here. So this is upside down stick figure. That's it. All right, so I'm on this side, and there's a bridge that goes here. So I can go across this bridge, but what if I start to get over there and I realize that's not really where I want to go? Where I want to go is over here. So how do I get there? I can walk across this bridge and then walk up here and find a bridge this way, right? And I can get there. But if this place here is not suitable for me, I was going to use the word scary, if it's like a scary forest, or if it's a really big mountain that I don't want to climb, or it's going through a city and I don't like going through cities, that may not be the path for me. But what I can do is walk up here. That was even worse. I could walk across this bridge because I can see here from here, right? It's harder from here. I can see that. So I know I need to go across this bridge. And then when I get here, I can just have another bridge over here. There are different paths. All right, let me know in the comments if that worked. I'll have to refine that bridge analogy. But there are a lot of different paths, a lot of bridges to where we want to get. I feel in my heart that this bridge, the Legacy Builders Bridge, is the one that will work for me, and it will work for my customers. And then the third thing you need is patience, because this is going to take time. We want things just like that. We live in an instant gratification society. There are so many things that just come to us immediately. We can go online, we can order something, and it may take a couple of days or a week to get to us, but we know that it's on its way, right? So it's the same thing. It's like it's right here. Some skills take time to develop. They take time to practice. It takes time to get comfortable. And we're all on our own journey. We're all starting at different points. And so what someone can do at one day is what takes someone else 30 days to do. And it's okay. Just embrace your own journey. Have the patience. Comparing ourselves to others is one of the biggest threats to our success and to our growth, because they may be on the fast track to this bridge. And there may be something wonderful there, maybe something we thought that we wanted. But then when we really think about it, do I really want that? Maybe not. What my extrovert husband wants and what I want are very different. And I can try to buy into his dreams sometimes and be more outgoing or socialize more, and it just doesn't feel right for me. And it's a stress, and it's stressful. So it's finding that balance of what we really want. Our path can be different from others. Our path should be different from others. It's all about tweaking it along the way. Um, so then the next point that I want to talk about with this Legacy Builders program as an internship program is the mindset and continuing support. As I already talked about, we have weekly mentoring calls. You are not on this journey alone. If you've invested in other online courses, coaching programs, the ones I've experienced have typically been 6 to 8 weeks. And it's a structured format. Every week, new content is released. You go through a linear progression. There may be a Facebook group or a school community that supports it, but the mentor, the founder of the program, the creator of the program, after 6 weeks, they kind of disappear, or you have to pay extra money to have access to them. Continuing membership like structure. With Legacy Builders program, it is ongoing weekly mentoring calls and support. We have the course program, we have a community which is separate. There are weekly mentoring calls to keep us going, to keep us encouraged, to keep us motivated, to keep us believing what's possible, because we're seeing other people do it. And if someone else can do it, that means that we can do it. The only thing that's keeping us from success in our own definition are our own thoughts and beliefs. And so when we're ready to say, if someone else can do it, I can do it. What do I need to change about me? Not about the external world, not about the algorithms on social media, not about switching platforms. What do I need to change within me to be successful? My definition of success. And when we're willing to do that work as part of this program, we can change ourselves and our beliefs, our opinions, and our perceptions of social media marketing into something that's beautiful. The key word that I've heard, and I think it was Denise Duffield Thomas who does the Money Mindset Boot Camp and the Sacred Money Archetypes. She talks about selling is service. If we're trying to sell something to anyone and we don't care if we can help them, yes, that's sleazy. That's sleazy selling if we're just looking out for ourselves. But if we're selling something because we know that we can help someone else, that's a service to them. For more than a decade, 2 decades, I have been struggling to be seen, heard, and appreciated, recognized for my gifts, for the wisdom that I share, for the life experiences that I've experienced that will help someone on their own journey. And I have struggled to build a coaching practice. If someone had told me, not that it existed, but 5 years ago, if someone had said this program could change everything for you, I wouldn't have given up that dream. I wouldn't have had to keep starting and stopping. But here's the thing, all of the coaches, the programs that I've taken, they were all different bridges. They were trying to get me where I wanted to go, but it just wasn't where I wanted to go in the way that I wanted to get there. And so is this the perfect program for you? I don't know. I know it's the bridge for me, the bridge from my past attempts, my failures, to my success. And I am here for the long haul because I can feel that in my heart. Every other program that I've taken, at some point, and it was usually within the first week or so, I knew that that wasn't the path for me. But yet, there were promises made. This will work for you. Follow the step-by-step tutorials, which we do talk about here. And this is my exact method. That's the one. This is my exact method for getting from here to there. But I am not starting there. My life skills are different. My perspective, my traumas in the past, my successes and failures are different. So, how can I follow your exact steps to get to a new destination? I can learn from your steps and I can apply them. But if you started here and I started here, we both want to go here, your path is not going to take me there. So, yeah, so I love this program. I think it's a perfect internship. Let's see, you talked about that. You are responsible for your own success. You can't blame the program. You can discover that something doesn't work for you, it's not well suited to you, and choose a different path. You can go back. Don't cross the bridge all the way because it may limit your future choices. You know what you have on one side. But don't blame the program. The program is doing what the creator wanted it to do. It just wasn't a good fit for you, and that's okay. We learn by experimenting. Um, oh, and I was just going to say something else too. It's gone. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow I'll share it. So if you're interested, if you're a coach or a healer, or you have a business practice and you would like to use social media to promote your business, your services, but you don't know how to get started, you see so much conflicting information out there, you're not sure how to do it, I invite you, I encourage you, and I challenge you to learn more about how Legacy Builders Program can be an internship. You can make a commitment for a short period of time, or you can make it for a longer period of time. But the focus is on learning the skills. And I just remembered the point that I forgot about. Another struggle so many coaches and healers have is how to price their services. I don't want to charge too much because I want more people to be able to buy, which limits your time, right? The more people you have, you're filling up more time, but you're getting less money. That's why so many programs out there are encouraged do high ticket programs, because then you need fewer people in order to earn more money. So we hesitate on how much to price our products. With the Legacy Builders program, you can be selling 4 digital products: a $100, $300, $600, and a $900 program. Each one builds upon the previous one. When you buy the $900 one, you get the other 3 as well. We have the resale rights to these products. And the thing that's beautiful, the price is set. You don't have to worry about the price. The things you don't have to worry about, if you look at this as an internship program, you don't have to look about where to host your website. You don't have to worry about the copy for the landing page, the thank you page, the sales page. You don't have to think about the copy for your email sequence. You don't have to pay extra monthly fees. And I just lost that thought. Oh, these brain farts, they're so embarrassing. Is this keeping you from putting yourself out there? Oh, and then the pricing. The pricing is set. And so you don't have to make those decisions. You sign up, within a couple of days, you can have your website, all of that stuff in the background. And Michelle O'Neill, she has a 7-day launch in 7 days, something like that. And she says, don't wait until your website stuff, your landing page, your thank you page, and all of your automations are set up to start. Start talking about it. Use the enthusiasm you're feeling when you sign up to start creating content. Just be excited about it. Share it on your social media accounts. It takes courage to do that. It's a first step. And that was a step I chose not to do, and it was an intentional choice. But if you want to share this with your friends and your family, you don't have to pressure them to buy and say, hey, look what I'm doing. But you can just tease them and say, I am so excited about this. This is new, and this is so exciting for me. And I'll be talking about it soon. And then if someone expresses interest, then you can share the information. If they don't express interest, you just let it go. Because the key is to attracting new audience to you. to expand your impact out there in the social media world. So I hope this was helpful. Let me see. Let me review my notes. I believe I got all of my bullet points. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments. If you would like to learn more about this, it's again, the website is www. The W's are important in this case. Something I still have to figure out. CallieWindCreates.com. I will go back and put a link in the description. Just learn more information. Put your email address in there, and I'll start sending you some emails with information. You'll watch a video about this being an internship-like program and decide if it's something for you. And if it's not, unsubscribe. There's no risk. There's no pressure. I will not be reaching out to you by email or phone calls or DMs or anything, because that's just not my style. This is a fully automated system that she calls it rejection free. If you're interested, let me know. If you're not interested, that's okay. All right, so I hope you have a great day, something to consider, especially if you're a coach or a healer wanting to expand your impact. Have an amazing day, and I will be back again tomorrow.